Hello, and a very warm welcome to my new series on Fantasy Premier League by FPL Rex. So I'm back with a new season. Of course, we're into 2 game weeks into the new season, and it's been a lively start for me. And I very much hope so that it's been the same for you. I'm sitting right now on 194 points with an overall rank of 27,491 after 2 game weeks, and this has quite possibly been one of the best starts for my game week. And this has been like a really erupting 2 game weeks if we talk in terms of points, high scoring game weeks, both of them. And so I really hope that you all are doing good too and coping up with all the pressure that's starting to build going into the next game weeks. Today is just it's just 24 hours nearly before we get on to the next game week deadline. So game week 3 is approaching, and let's get started without any more delays. My team, if I want to start with, I have Schmeichel in the goal. So the top two goalkeeping priorities for people have been this season, Emi Martinez or Roberto Sanchez. Roberto Sanchez he scored 6 points. So starting with Roberto Sanchez in the goalkeepers, Roberto Sanchez is playing for Brighton, and it's quite astonishing that Brighton have conceded very low XG for that matter and have a reasonably solid defense going into the coming game weeks. So I assume Roberto Sanchez is still a good choice for those who own them. He recently returned 6 points too, and the fact that Ben White, even though he has left Brighton haven't really been that exposed at the back and have done quite good, I'll say, with 1 clean sheet and nearly scoring another clean sheet against Burnley. Just missed out on that. So for me, it's of course Kasper Schmeichel as of now. He gave me 9 points in the first game week, two in the next one, and I think that this would be a quite a good game for Schmeichel and Leicester defense. Leicester did look shaky, of course, against West Ham after going a man down, but I think if Schmeichel can keep his own and Leicester can keep their own in the few coming game weeks, then they could have a really solid defense once Vestergaard and Johnny Evans are back into the lineup too. For that matter, I'm holding Schmeichel. Of course, then we come to Shaw. Luke Shaw is, of course, the most solid defender. Returned 2 points even after not assisting or not keeping a clean sheet. That gives us an idea about what his how much his bonus points capability is, and he can totally supplement that with 1 or 2 goals or assists and clean sheets. Of course, once Varane starts, I'm very hopeful that there's no reason for you to sell Luke Shaw just right now with Rafael Varane looking to get into the lineup. I think United will have a much more solid clean sheet keeping potential. So Luke Shaw is the way to go, and he's really the template, so you can't really dump him. And then if he goes big, then yeah, it's a messed up game week for you. Same goes for Trent Alexander-Arnold. Trent was really up sharp last week, and it was he scored 12 points along with Simicas. Simicas scored 11 points, so both were good, but Trent was absolutely flying with his crosses from the right, and he also got an assist for that and 3 bonus points and the clean sheet. So that's amazing. And total value for money, Trent Alexander-Arnold. But if we talk about Simicas is going to be probably benched, in my opinion, against Chelsea because it's a huge game, and Andy Robertson, the big flying Scotsman wing back on the left flank, is back in training, and he made the bench last game. So I assume that he should be back for the Chelsea game, and there's no reason to not start him over Simicas, even though Simicas has been awesome. So if this might be the best time to sell Simicas if you haven't already. He's 4.2, so you can sell it from 4.1 if you bought him at 4. So that Semicast, he won't be playing most. I don't think he will be playing. Well, we can't say, but he won't be playing against any more games if Robertson is now fit enough to start. Moving on to my next defender, it's Sufal. So if you observe West Ham against Leicester and even West Ham against Newcastle, so you'll see that Sufal was totally and a menace on that right wing. Along with Cresswell on the left, he was totally flying. He was he really is coming into the box more, getting more touches into the box and giving out more crosses into the box. And with players like Suchek and Benrahma and Antonio and Fornals all roaming inside the box, it's a large attacking potential that you can get out of Soufal for just 5.0. So I think Soufal is a great pick at the defense right now going into the fixtures, because if you look at West Ham's fixtures, there's Crystal Palace, Southampton, the Leeds, and they have a great run considering the form they have been in. They can keep clean sheets and you can get decent returns out of Soufal. So if you have Luka Dean, then I think Soufal is a better option at a cheaper rate, 0.5 less for a West Ham defender. I think is a better option. For the other defenders, I have Livramento and Duffy. Livramento is looking great to start. He's 4.0 for Southampton. He played great against United and in the first game week too, and he held his place even after Bednarik came on. So I think he can hold his own position at 4.0. That gives you a great alternative in great cheap defender. And meanwhile, for Duffy, same thing goes for Duffy because Shane Duffy, he's 4.1. He's just rising in price, but he's got if you look at Brighton, they've got great fixtures again. Not I mean they're playing Everton, but Everton are not really that team under the Rafa Benitez that same attack. Then they have Brentford, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Norwich. I wouldn't put it past him for to get 2-3 clean sheets over here the way Brighton have been playing. So solid fixtures and a great threat in the box. So Shane Duffy should be on our list for the next transfer. If you haven't already transferred him, cheap option 4.1. What else do you want? And then coming to midfield, this is where things get interesting, very interesting. Fernandes, of course, a no-brainer. You have to own him. Returned 20 points in the first game week with a hat trick. Could have added two more goals or assists in the Southampton match. Was very unlucky that nobody got at the end of those scoring opportunities that Fernandes created. So I think Fernandes is a no-brainer. You just can't drop him. This week is again Wolves, again a great match to see. Benrahma is where things get really spicy. He's been like returned really great points for me, 12 and 12. So I mean he's been just really lethal going forward. He's not only creating chances, he's also scoring goals for that matter. He's like got 2 assists and 2 goals in the 2 matches, and he's been to be fair, he could have even gotten more. So if you don't already own Benrahma, he's the cheapest way into the best midfielders right now, and he's quickly rising in price to 6.3. He already is starting from 6.0. Moving on to Salah, then of course he was very unlucky to have that goal ruled offside in the last game week, but he's looking sharp already. Picked up 17 points in the first game week and plays Chelsea of course this week, but of course, I expect Chelsea Liverpool to be a very engaging and end-to-end affair and a very open game. Is what Chelsea and Liverpool are both playing. So I expect it. I expect no clean sheets out of this match. So let's see how things go with Salah. But of course, is totally undroppable too. Mason Greenwood is my favorite player right now, because of the way that he's just continuing his form, and with Cavani expected to be out for game week 5, I think that Greenwood can take up his position as the elite striker for Manchester United, and his finishing has been top class too. He's got 2 goals in 2 games, and now fixtures are also really in the favor of Manchester United for the few game weeks like Wolves, Newcastle, West Ham, and Aston Villa and Everton. I think United have a great chance at that. So at 7.5, I'll value him over Diego Jota, because Diego Jota is kind of a dicey situation because of Roberto Firmino coming in place of Diego Jota at 60-70 minutes. So even though Jota has been playing good for for the 60 minutes, but I think the probability really stings him, and I think Greenwood can return more value at that same price than Diego Jota. And as for Buendia, he's in my team, but I'm going to offload him soon. If you own Buendia, it's the perfect time after this game week to offload him, because Buendia doesn't really seem that kind of a person who's going to get he's creating chances, but from a much deeper position. And Villa don't really look the same team that they were the season earlier. And Buendia certainly doesn't seem a solid replacement, a player-to-player replacement for Jack Grealish. Grealish went in from the wing, cuts in, takes much more shots than Buendia has been doing. So I'll go against Buendia. He was that charming boy, that lucky charming boy that everybody wanted to own at the starting, but he's kind of not been the same person. Rafinha comes in at the same price and presents a much more favorable option going forward, a much more attacking option and much more suitable fixtures. Coming back to and forwards now, this Mikel Antonio, the Jamaican, he's been in god form. He's been in god form. He is now broken the record for West Ham and is now the leading all-time goal scorer for the London club. And things just couldn't get better, or things just can't seem to not get better for Antonio. He's just in unstoppable form. He's like I mean, he's had three goals and 3 assists in the past 2 game weeks, and he's looked like the main man for West Ham. And the way West Ham are playing, they can even finish it if they finish in the top 4 the way they're playing. And Antonio is going to be the main man for everything. So he ranks Mikel Antonio ranks as top for XG and non-penalty XG and the most shots created and the most chances created for. So he's literally at the top of everything. So you need to buy Antonio just as soon as you can if you don't already. And for that reason, he is also my captain going into the next game week. It's against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace have really not conceded yet, but they do. It hasn't been against one of the best oppositions. And I think that it would be a great bet if you want to use a punt sort of. So I mean, it's between really Fernandes and Antonio, but with the consensus that I've seen online, many are going with Antonio. So it's going to be interesting of how many people captain Antonio really. But as of now, I think Crystal Palace against Crystal Palace, West Ham have a great fixture, and the form they've been carrying in and the form that Antonio has been carrying in, I think that Antonio is a really great option. And finally, on to Ings. So it's a very weird choice between Danny Ings and Calvert-Lewin. Both are doing great. Both started from 8.0, though Calvert-Lewin is now touching 8.2. But I think that if Ings has been lucky more than anything to score the 2 goals. He just finished the maybe 1-2 opportunities that he had in the game. He's been lucky, but again, he's always overscored his XG. So I think it's a dicey option what you want to do with Danny Ings. I think Calvert-Lewin is a much better option the way that Everton are playing, and the kind of that crossy play that Rafa Benitez has, the importance that Rafa Benitez places on his wing backs. So I think more crosses means more Dominic Calvert-Lewin goals, because Calvert-Lewin is just that kind of a physical player who has that tallest head. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, this is my team. Don't forget to mention what other players are you looking at going into the in this game week. Also, Man City, it's Arsenal. I assume if you own Mahrez, this could be the best option to captain them again if you want to play a punt. Jack Grealish looks great with Ronaldo coming in. I don't know, he won't be able to make it this week. But yeah, one thing is from Man City, you can also have this option with Ruben Dias at 6. So if you want to really abandon one midfielder at from 6, you can add Ruben Dias to your lineup, because Ruben Dias is absolutely like a nailed-in defender for City, even with the Pep roulette. I think he really can hold his place and get those clean sheets, and he also got an assist. So yeah, it could be crazy if you could get Ruben Dias into your team. And then crazy fixtures. One fixture that I'll really want to point out is Spurs Watford. Watford have been kind of exposed at the back, not the best team to play out their defenses. So Spurs with Son and Harry Kane have great options. So if Heung-min Son is a great option to captain, or if you want to really go for a more secured punt. At 10, Son, at 10.0, Son presents a really good opportunity if you want to really I really want to see how that captain punt pick goes. Son is a great option. Son has shown great. He's been leading the attack for even with Kane. He had that really great XG against Wolves. Also scored the goal against City. I'm expecting more out of Son, kind of a repeat of last year. So let's see how that goes with him. But overall, this is my side and my my story, my journey till the game week 2. Hold on to your wild cards. I'm playing the bench boost 2 this time, just because of Livramento and Duffy. I don't think I can get my all playing bench ever in the future, so just gonna use my card over here. Yeah, this is I'm targeting again 27k. I am right now. I'm targeting to get into the top 10k this game week, and then yeah, continue my journey towards the top if I can. Let's hope everyone has all the greens in their life by the end of the next game week. Stay tuned for the next video of my review of game week 3 after game week 3 happens. Hope it's all merry and green for you. Till then, bye, and like this video if you liked it, if you really found it insightful and informative. Subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna post regularly now on what my strategies, my insights on the game weeks, my eye test players, everything related to FPL, building an FPL community just like various other players over here. So let's see how this goes. Hope you have a great weekend. Thanks. Bye.